The way we treat our children today becomes the culture of our society tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Welcome everyone and thank you for being here today. Thank you for being partners in care. Today, we are going to talk about how investing in our children and protecting women and girls help build a better society for all of us. Sometimes I'm asked, why do you only mention women and girls? While abuse affects everyone, statistics show that girls are at higher risk, especially in certain types of abuse, domestic violence, and cyberbullying. So we need to highlight the need for greater awareness, protection, and healthy relationships. And by the way, boys are equally precious and covered under our child protection program. But about 1 in 4 women experience domestic abuse or intimate partner abuse, compared to 1 in 7 men. Regarding cyberbullying, girls are more frequently targeted, especially with emotional and harmful online behavior. I also want to point out that April is Autism Awareness Month, so it is important to include it, particularly when we have among us a few devotees, adults, and children with these and other conditions. Were you aware of it? If so, have you welcomed them and embraced them, or have you been judgmental towards them? And soon, we will be celebrating the appearance day of Lord Nrsimha, who, as we know, came to protect the little boy, Bhakta Prahlad. He was not king at the time, he was just a little child. When the Lord Himself is giving us the example, shouldn't we follow through? The beauty of our Shastra is not only in reading, but in studying it and in the application, the practical application. So why do this awareness program matter? Easy. As mentioned at the beginning of this presentation, the way we treat children today shapes the future. When children feel safe, valued, and included, our whole community becomes stronger. How could we ask the leaders of tomorrow to be caring and loving when we did not do our duty when it was time? So change begins today. When mothers are cared for, respected, and valued, they will automatically transmit the same to their children. Mothers are our first spiritual masters, so in their well-being lays the health of our future. Unfortunately, many times we do not realize this until it is too late. And then we would only wish someone would have shared a different perspective. At the end of the day, there is no would have, or I could have, or I should have done this or that. Only what we chose to do or not do. But what does this have to do with Krishna consciousness, you may ask? In a word, everything, because Krishna is in the heart of every living entity. To help us develop a caring disposition, we have the four pillars of the foundation of good character, the pillars of Dharma: mercy, kindness, compassion, empathy, truthfulness, honesty, and courage to speak up, and also accountability, austerity, self-control, responsibility, discipline, cleanliness, the purity in our thoughts, words, actions, and environment. These pillars guide how we protect and uplift ourselves and others. It is important to mention that discipline is not about punishment. It is about education. To discipline is to guide and teach. As we reflect on autism, we should understand that autism is not a deficiency. That's a neurodiversity. Some children experience the world differently. They may communicate differently, react differently, or learn in unique ways. But this does not make them less. It makes them just different and valuable in their way. So instead of asking, why are they different? We can ask, how can I be more understanding? Ignorance leads to assumptions, and assumptions lead to apathy and misunderstandings. However, inclusion is compassion in action. Again, inclusion is compassion in action. We need to be patient and understanding. We may have difficulty adjusting, particularly to noise and aggressive behaviors. So, what is the Dharma connection? How about mercy? Be kind, inclusive, and supportive. Cleanliness. Remove judgment, assumptions. Instead, create safe emotional spaces. Every child deserves safety. Children should always feel safe. If something feels wrong, it is important to speak up and support them, to believe them, to be attentive. The best investment that we can make in our children is time, quality time. Be present, be involved. Cell phones, games, TV, program, reels, everything can wait. Nothing, absolutely nothing is more important. Again, many times when we realize that, it's way too late. Please listen to your children and don't force them to be in environments that they don't feel comfortable in or be around people that they don't feel comfortable with. A safe environment is the foundation of growth. Abuse is not only physical, it can be emotional, psychological. Let's remember that silence protects and encourages abuse. Truth protects people. So speak up, because when we are quiet, we are allowing those who abuse to keep doing that. But when we speak up, when we create awareness, when we say, stop, not here, not now, not even, not ever, and we have policies in place with zero tolerance policies in place. Those are important deterrents. And by the way, I'm thankful to our local secular authorities, including the Chandler Police Department, for their support. Our partnership makes a strong deterrent in preventive abuse, whether it is children or domestic abuse. My gratitude as well to the North America Child Protection Office and its director, for Grace Lesuka Devidasi, for their Herculean service in protecting the children and for her guidance, support, and inspiration. Again, abuse is not just physical, it can be emotional or controlling. Healthy relationships are based on respect. Let's move to cyberbullying. Words can hurt, even on a screen. A screen does not excuse harm. Cyberbullying is abuse without accountability. It is important to ask ourselves both posting. Is it true? Is it kind? Is it necessary? We must understand that somebody's life can drastically change in seconds. Parents, please talk to your children. Someone wise said that we're given access to our children to the internet, we are giving her access to the world. But actually, we have given the world access to our children. So talk to them and explain that 1 minute before clicking send is better than a second after, because at least they were able to think about what they could have done and what was their choice. So let's bring Dharma in action. Be kind online, aligns with mercy. Don't spread false information, truthfulness. Pause before reacting or posting, austerity. Keep digital spaces respectful, cleanliness. Words are so powerful. They have the capacity to create, but they also have the capacity to destroy. Let's remove any negativity. We cannot expect the world to change. We must be the change. When others spread hate, let us spread love. If we don't have anything good to speak or write, better we stay quiet and walk away from the screen. And just think, are we creating a safe and inclusive environment? Are we living these values daily? We recite ISKCON prayers every day. We understand how important it is to be respectful, tolerant, and humble. But are we willing to always embrace these values? Are we embracing any of these? If so, is it only among devotees or with the whole world around us? This is also a learning experience. When we invest in our children through compassion, truth, discipline, and purity, we invest in a stronger, safer society. I'd like to close with a quote by Srila Prabhupada, one of many, many quotes. So let's think about it and hope that by this we can develop a caring disposition, embrace the universal values, which by the way, they are always in fashion, remembering that Krishna is in the heart of every living entity. He is sitting right there. He is witnessing everything. What we speak, what we do, what we think. Let's be grateful for what we have, for what we do not have, for the opportunity to be here, for the opportunity to serve, and for the opportunity to understand that pleasing Krishna is not only by offering the best paraphernalia, but by acknowledging in the heart of every living being. Thank you, and my gratitude to Hansini and Maya for their willingness to participate in this special event. It is inspiring to see how youth is willing to raise awareness and are now sharing the fruits of the seeds that once were planted in their hearts. Thank you, girls. Thank you, Mothers Pramadhatri Devidasi and Namapriya Devidasi, for your constant support to the well-being of our children, our women, and families. And thank you again, all of you who have come, supported this event, and keep supporting our awareness programs and any programs that are meant to invest in our children, invest in our community, as we serve Srila Prabhupada for the pleasure of Sri Radha Krishna and for the benefit of all. Always remember Krishna. Never forget Krishna. Thank you.